Hey, it's Patrick from JMP Cycles, and I'm going to show you how to get rid of decel pop using a Power Vision. Decel pop is that dreaded condition when you roll off your bike and instead of hearing that nice smooth engine noise, you hear the crack, 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 pop, bang. And that can actually be caused by a couple of different conditions in your engine. It can be because it's too lean and really raising exhaust temps, or it can be too rich and that unburnt fuel mixture is coming out of there and getting ignited in your exhaust pipe. And a lot of times this happens if you add a free-flowing exhaust. And that'll actually allow fresh air to be sucked back in there on reversion and can also create that condition. You may actually have had decel pop with your stock exhaust, you just might not have been able to hear it due to the restrictive nature of your stock exhaust, or if you have a catalytic converter, that will also help muffle it. But there's a couple of things I want you to check before you go chasing your tune around trying to address your decel pop. You need to make sure you don't have an exhaust leak. You need to make sure you don't have an intake leak. The two best ways to do that are with an exhaust leak is just listening. It's gonna be a tapping sound somewhere that's gonna eventually get worse, and you can actually feel it with your hand, and it's most likely gonna be where your pipe connects to your cylinder head. If you get your hand down there, don't burn yourself, you can actually feel that air coming out of there. Or if you have a slip joint somewhere in your exhaust and it's not a very tight fit, it could be there, and that will cause decel pop that can't be fixed by your tune. Same thing with an intake leak. If you take a lubricant or maybe some carb cleaner, spray around your manifold seals while holding that bike at about 2,000 RPM. If your RPM raises just by spraying the lubricant around there, or if it stumbles, you're gonna have an intake leak. Again, you won't be able to solve those issues with this tune. You have to have your bike in good running order before you can fix it with a tune. Let's get started. All we have to do is plug our Power Vision into our data port, flip our ignition on, and I'll show you how to fix this. So we're going to go into Program Vehicle, Accept, and then Quick Tune. Okay, once we're in the Quick Tune portion of the Power Vision, we want to go to the Fuel tab. And right over here in Decel, you're going to see an up and a down arrow where we can add or take away fuel. Like I said, this can be a rich or a lean condition, and you're just going to have to use trial and error to figure it out. I would say try adding fuel first. That's probably going to get you to the quickest fix. So we're going to add 5%. And then we're gonna go over here to spark, and on Decel, we're gonna add 3 degrees of ignition timing. Now at this point, you need to go ride the bike. If it helps, but it doesn't completely go away, go back in, add a little more fuel, and add a little more ignition timing. Now I will warn you, once you get to about the 25, maybe 30% fuel, if you're still having decel pop problems, then I would say you have another issue. You don't want to go much past that when you're adding fuel. Same thing on ignition, you don't want to add about more than 10 degrees in there because you're probably chasing another issue. If you have a rich condition and you're taking away fuel and you're dialing down the fuel, you can go a lot farther. You can probably go as close to like 50% taking out that fuel, because this is actually taking and adding fuel at 0% throttle. This will not be affecting your ride in any other way because it's at 0% throttle at above idle. So once you have decided on what adjustment you want to make, you just go save. Yes, it's going to flash it to the ECM, and then we're going to turn the bike off for 10 seconds. Just as simple as that. This may take more than one time. You may have to make multiple adjustments. I recommend kind of creeping up on it, not making too many massive adjustments at one time. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop us a comment. Go work on those motorcycles.